Well, today I'm with my friend Sara Wyman. She's the founder and CEO of Stackpack.ai. And first of all, Sara, I wanted to congratulate you on your recent funding.
Thank you.
And thanks for being here. Stackpack is the first AI-powered vendor intelligence platform built for finance and ops teams specifically. I want to just get into the pain point that you're solving. So thinking about vendors, contracts, all that stuff, what are
Yeah.
the pain points that are out there right now?
Yeah, it's interesting. We look at our companies that we work with, and we really find that managing vendors, so this is all the companies that power your own company, right? So
Mhm.
software, services, consultants, typically they have about 300 at a minimum, right? Um, and all of them are very different. They're all very complex. They have different terms, they have different risks, they have different data access, they have different costs. I mean, it's kind of wild how different each one is, and they need to be managed. And so typically before a customer starts working with us, they're using spreadsheets to manage all of this. So like imagine a world where, before Carta existed, equity management was done in spreadsheets. Before Salesforce existed, CRMs were in spreadsheets, right? So we're trying to bring that same model to managing the very businesses that power you, where there's even more risk than potentially your customers, right? And so typically, yeah, when a customer comes to us, their data is all over the place. They don't have insights to make the right decisions, and they typically are wasting a lot of money. Whether that is missing renewals, whether that is just excess, like the wrong vendors that they're using. Maybe there's duplicates. So typically, that's what it looks like when they come to us, and they come to us looking to save time, save money, and to make like smarter decisions.
We've all had that where a contract goes into renewal and we wished it hadn't. And somehow we just didn't
Yes.
set a trigger, we didn't do it right, or we had it all misaligned in our spreadsheet. And so we've all had that happen. So definitely you guys are addressing cost savings, waste. And what about human labor? I would imagine that there's a lot of analysis that goes into this without your tool.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. We save many hours a month for our customers. And what's nice is like a lot of the manual work, again, a lot of that does come down to just digging through contracts or digging through your accounting system. That's taken off the table. So we're really able to up level the team that they have. And so one of the biggest themes we hear from finance teams right now is I don't have any more headcount. How do I put AI or put software in place to help me get by with what I have? And I think we do a really nice job of that.
Talking about a nice job, I looked at your dashboard. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It really is like an observability tool for contracts.
Yeah, so and thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I think we try to visualize like the monitoring that we're doing, right? You have, X amount of vendors under management. You have this amount of renewal risk under management. So think of us a little bit like a portfolio management company, right? Because your vendors are one of your most important assets, is how we see that. Um, so yeah, how do we do it all? So first thing we do is we integrate with all of our customers, their accounting software. The good news is we've already built that integration, so it takes about 2 minutes to integrate that in. And then immediately all your vendors stop populating, which is nice. Then we go and we grab all the contracts from emails. You can forward them in, you can upload them, you can zip them, we do integrate to Google Drive and things like that. So we bring the contracts in, and that's where the AI goes to work immediately. It's extracting all of the renewal dates, all the terms, and that's how we start becoming a monitoring system, right? We have all that data on one place, and then we can start alerting you on, hey, your spend is going up. You have a renewal date coming up. Our newest thing we're doing is we're monitoring terms of service. Like, hey, this vendor just changed how they're using your data. You should know about that. So think of us as like an always on
Mhm.
monitoring system for the cost side of your business. And so we find actually that companies waste, that they give away 9% of their revenue typically to additional costs that don't need to be there. It's a really
Wow.
high amount, right? And so our first thing that we do in the first 14 days of working with companies is we go in and we say, okay, where are you paying too much for vendors? Because we have benchmarking data, right? We can tell you, where are you spending too much? Where are there unused seats? Where are we just like, hey, we know that there is ability to negotiate on these vendors. And so we'll alert those to our customers and then give them opportunities. We actually help them with tips on how to negotiate as well.
What about the prompt engineering? Because I noticed there were some pretty cool prompts that
Yeah.
you could set on automatic mode, or just if you gave those to the analyst, they could just be doing all kinds of things that they wouldn't be able to do before.
Yeah, one thing we found when we launched our AI assistant so much with it, but our customers don't necessarily know, like, what can I ask this thing? Right? They're like, I'm curious, but I doubt it can answer it. Right? So we just launched it. Actually, we're going to talk about this week coming up. We're launching basically we call them little prompts, but they're little buttons that you can push on our dashboard that will give you immediate answers and really help you write the prompt. We don't want our customers to feel like they need a PhD in prompt
Mhm.
writing and that they can get really fast data. So think of it as like like immediate reporting, right?
Mhm.
And so we have a lot of cost savings prompts, we have a lot of renewal prompts, and a lot of forecasting prompts right now.
So if there was a customer quote that is on the top of your mind of one of your customers that said something amazing about you, about the benefits they received from adding the product, what would that be?
Yeah, just a few weeks ago, a customer came to us and a new customer, they were a Series C company, and they said, "Hey, we have this feeling that we have $1 million just sitting there in waste. And I would
Mhm.
much rather that go towards headcount and other things. Can you go help us find $1 million in cost savings?" And we said, absolutely. And we were able to absolutely do that, right? And found a huge range of places for them to save. They were actually able to save much more than 1 million. And so obviously not all companies will find 1 million, right? If you're a smaller company, we'd be very happy with 150K. But like where we feel really excited is when we're able to say, okay, wow, we just helped you save headcount, right? Like there's just waste sitting around and it does
Mhm.
equate to people. So I think that was a huge win for us to be able to turn that around really quickly and say, Here's your million."
So you mentioned Series C. Who's an ideal prospect for
Mm.
you? Is it mid-size, larger, or any size company?
We really do focus on the mid-size. So our typical company that we work with is 30 to 1,000 employees, I'd say. And we typically work with CFOs, accountants, head of operations, controllers, really a lot of the CFO and COO.
How would you like people to engage with your company? Like if they want to learn more, what's the next step?
Yeah, you can find us at Stackpack.ai. And I'm very active on LinkedIn. So you can also find me on LinkedIn, Sara Wyman.
Well, this has been super exciting. So glad you spent some time with us today.
Yeah, thanks so much.